go live for her on her own phone.
Okay, my tablet don't want to come on. Come on.
Because I don't know how to turn the front face around. Oh, here it is. No, it isn't.
Hey Bethany, hey Crystal, Sister Crystal. Hey Annette. Thank you guys for tuning in. Can you please share this video and invite others to listen in? I appreciate it. Hello, Sir Walter Jones. Thank you for tuning in.
It should come on.
Hello, welcome to Warriors Talk here on UBM Radio, your station for talk, faith, and music. I am LadyReShell, and as always, I'm so excited you have chosen to tune in today. It is Motivational Monday, and I want you to stay connected with me on all forms of social media. We're on Facebook Live right now. We're on Periscope, and you can go to Instagram at Warriors Talk 1. You can also go to email me at warriorstalk1@gmail.com. If you ever miss a live broadcast of the show, please go to Spreaker.com. So don't panic. Any audio of the show you miss, you can go to Spreaker.com and you can hear the audio. If you want to hear the live video, then you need to go to my YouTube account. That's Warriors Talk with LadyReShell for Eyes on the Community. You can also go to the website, which is warriorstalk.org, for more information, and it will keep you updated on everything that's going on with Warriors Talk. We always love to hear from our listeners. 312-754-4333. And I'm so excited about my sponsors. I always like to highlight my sponsors on the show. They are responsible for me going live week after week. My first sponsor is Emanuel Church of God in Christ with my pastor, Michael Richardson. And we are located at 3058 West Van Buren in Chicago. You can go to our website, EmanuelCogic.com, for information as far as services are concerned. And at Emanuel, we are building up on a solid foundation. I also have PaulaKelly with Allstate, and she is located at 297 East Glenwood Lansing Road in Glenwood, Illinois. You can contact her at PaulaKelly@allstate.com, and she is specializing in all of your insurance needs. I have Candace Lucas with Red Alert, and she is located at 5660 West Madison in Chicago. And you can go to redalert.com, and that's RIDalert.com. She is an online and in-store solution for all of your quality pest control needs. And then we have Gloria Dotson with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and you can go to marykay.com/GDOTSON, and she's catering to you from head to toe with all of your beauty needs. So those are my sponsors. Again, they are responsible for me going live week after week, and I appreciate them so that you can get this important information. So I appreciate everybody on Facebook for tuning in right now. I see we have Tracy, we have Mike Leah, we have Demetria Brand Triplet. Hey Henry, we have Sister Crystal. Again, Sir Walter, Bethany, as well as Annette. So thank you guys for tuning in. And if you are listening, please share this video and also invite others in to get this important information. I would really appreciate it. This show is actually dedicated to comedian, screenwriter, actor, and voiceover Charlie Murphy. He is the older brother of Eddie Murphy, who died Wednesday from leukemia at the age of 57. He was also married to Atisha Taylor Murphy in 1997 up until 2009, who died from cervical cancer. They had 2 children, and he had also children from a previous relationship. So please keep them in your prayers. Now, last week we talked to Janice Oliver, who is a domestic violence survivor. She talked about how she suffered miscarriages, abuse, a broken heart, and as well as losing her sister, all to domestic violence. But she did not allow that setback to interfere with her comeback. She's now an advocate domestic violence victims, and she hoped that her victorious testimony would encourage someone to get out and seek help. So if you can take anything away from this show, please know that you are not to blame for someone else's actions. Don't ever feel like you are alone, and open up your mouth and talk to someone. It just may save your life. You can go to the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-7233. Our healing verse of the day is coming from Hebrews 4:16, and this is the King James Version. It says, "Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need." I'm excited today for my special guest. She is a beautiful young lady who I had the pleasure of meeting on last week. And I love her spirit, and I see that she's connected also with another phenomenal woman who was a guest on the show as well, who shared her journey. And so we have an 8-year breast cancer survivor. She was diagnosed in November of 2009. While doing her own self-breast exam, she found a lump, which was later confirmed by a doctor to be cancer. Upon receiving chemotherapy and radiation, which was very invasive, she was hospitalized for 6 days. It was her faith, her trust, and her hope in the Lord God, along with her 2 children at the time, 17 and 13 years old, that gave her the strength and the courage to fight for her life. She believes strongly that she's an 8-year survivor because she received a diagnosis and not a death sentence. Yes. Welcome to Warriors Talk, Angela Gilliam. Welcome, Angela.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here.
You are so welcome. I'm so excited so they get to see your beautiful face on today. And I'm so excited because I love hearing the stories when it comes to breast cancer survivors. We hear so much of the negative stuff when it comes to, when it comes to anything that deals with cancer. The first thing when someone says, oh, so-and-so had cancer, they want to tell you the journey, what they did, but you never really hear the positive things that happen and how God is continuing that he's healing us. And a lot of times we don't highlight that because it's drowned out by all of the negative stuff that's going on with cancer. But I'm excited because Warriors Talk is all about celebrating what God has done for us and the good things that he is continuously doing in other people's lives. So we want the warriors that are in battle right now to know that they can make it. We want them to know that cancer is just a word, but it's not a sentence. And that is our topic for today. Okay, you guys, we're going to listen to a clip. We're going to listen to a clip really quick. Real quick. I know you guys can't hear it because it's in our ears, but just give us a second and we will be back. Can you hear it?
A little bit.
You want him to turn it up?
I hear it. Not a little bit. I hear it a lot.
Okay, it's too loud?
Yeah. Just a little bit. So
Can you turn her ears down a little bit?
Just tap me when you want me to come in and tell my...
Oh, you hear me. When I say share your journey, you know that's you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you guys, thank you for tuning in again. If you haven't shared it, share the video. We're listening to a clip. It's talking about not all cancers should be treated as deadly.
Too loud?
Her earphones were too loud.
Okay, I turned it down a little bit. Are they better now?
Are they better now? Angela? She can't. Is it still too loud?
Yes.
Okay, I'll turn it down.
Okay. My tablet was just going off over here. Like when you turn it on, all of the messages that I had, it'll start coming up. It was like, doop, doop. I was like, oh my goodness.
Perfecto.
Oh my goodness. It was distracting me. I'm like trying to reach over here and turn it off.
You're doing an awesome job.
Do I look terrified?
Girl, no, okay. You know your eyes are so little, so you can't really see your No, you look fine.
I just want to be relaxed.
Oh, you good. Trust me, this first half hour is going to go so fast, and you're going to be like, okay, wow. And then the second half, you're going to be trying to talk, and I'm going to be like, okay.
Time's up.
Yes.
That happened to me.
So it'll get good. Once you start talking about your journey, you'll get comfortable because that's your story. I don't know your story. You can tell it better than anybody else. Right. So once you get into your journey, just say whatever you want the listeners to know. Whatever is important that you think somebody needs to walk away with, you know, then that's what you share. That's your story, honey. Own your story.
I'm not in her. Okay.
It's just her. Good. Well, hello, First Lady Kelly. I'm excited. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, buddy. Oh, wow. You guys are making me happy. I'm about to cry. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, wow.
You want to say hi to some people?
Hey, Annette. You on time, honey. You on time. I'm
I'm
excited.
so
Okay.
excited that everybody's being supportive. You know, this is my
Okay.
first time live. And my first
So our
time
topic
on the radio.
again is
So,
cancer is a word
this
and
is
not a
just-
sentence.
Wow. I am so grateful to God. This is an honor to me.
And we're listening
be
to a
able
clip, so as soon
be
as
a
this clip is
blessing
over,
to
we'll
have
be right
someone
back.
else get up and live and not die. And that is so important, especially when you have children. Not just for your children, but if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your children. Can't take care of your parents. You can't be there for your siblings or your nieces and nephews or just someone you don't even know. So it's important to get up and live. Let's live, let's live, let's live.
Hold on, you guys. Don't be giving all the story away before the show starts. I'm just kidding.
She's saying hi to her friends and they're sending hearts.
Oh, that's what you're supposed to. You're supposed to communicate with them if they ask you questions. All of them. Girl, that's me. I'm doing two things at one time. Are we back? All right, so we are back. Again, our topic is cancer is a word and not a sentence, and definitely not a death sentence. And we know that when you first hear the word cancer, and then this is probably for maybe, I want to say 90% of us who have gotten those three words, you have cancer. The first thing that went through my mind is, am I going to die from this? Because like I said before, all of the things that we have heard about cancer that surround cancer, it deals with somebody dying, you know, this horrible death. So when you hear those words yourself, it's only human for you to think, is this going to happen to me? And so it's what you do after that that really matters. So you have to take matters into your own hands, and you have to run your own race and not worry about what everybody else did in their race. Because guess what? You're a different person. The battle that you're fighting is genuine, and nobody else can fight that battle. So right now we're going to listen to this warrior story. She's going to tell us about her journey. So Angela, take us on your journey.
Hi, I'm Angela M Gilliam. I am an 8-year breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed November 17, 2009 by doing a simple self-breast exam. After I did a self-breast exam, I kept feeling, I felt a lump in my left breast. It was hard, it didn't hurt, it was hard like a rock. So I knew something was wrong because it didn't move. And if it would have moved as I was doing the self-exam, I would have been okay. But when it didn't move, I felt the need to call my physician. Once I called him, he got me in 2 days. He got me in 2 days. After those 2 days, he did a self-breast exam. 2 days later, I was at the hospital getting a mammogram, and it showed up on the mammogram. From the mammogram, the same day I received the mammogram, he wanted to do a biopsy. Everything that was done, it was stat, which means immediately. So I had to get all the tests, the biopsies, and everything. So after 7 to 14 days, I got that call. I received that call November 17th. And it said, my doctor said to me, Angela, it came back. You have breast cancer.
Wow.
I don't know. I wasn't scared. I was just in shock more so than anything, because I thought, this can't be happening to me. Not that I'm exempt, but it just didn't seem real. So I'm just standing there looking, and I was at my parents' house at the time. So I'm still standing there, and I'm just looking. And he started talking to me on the phone, saying all kind of different things. So I'm still standing there, and while I'm standing there, my mom is looking at me like, what is wrong? What is wrong? But she already knew that I was waiting for the answer. So when I got off the phone, I told my mom, And I had another close friend, family friend over, and from there on, everything just started to just move at a fast pace. Nothing was ever slow. So I'm very grateful for my physician. I've had him for 24 years, and I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world.
Wow.
So after that, I received a lumpectomy in my left breast, and that was a couple of months after I was diagnosed. And that was in December of 2009. January of 2010, I started receiving chemo. My first dose, my first section of chemo, it was called the Red Devil.
Girl.
The Red Devil truly has the right name. It has all of the right name. All of everything it says. It does. It does.
Hold on. They started you out on the Red Devil.
They started me out on the Red Devil. Yes.
Wow. Tracy's like, girl, that is
Yes.
a really strong. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
After the Red Devil, I say after 3 treatments, I had one nurse. She would always say, "Your hair hasn't came out yet?" I was like, "No." After the 3rd treatment, my hair began to fall out. I didn't cry. So I had a niece. She was helping me comb my hair. So she began to cry. And I told her, I say, "If you're going to cry, you can't help me comb my hair." She said, "I can't help you comb your hair because you don't have any hair." I said, "I still do have hair. You just have to comb it." So from there on, the chemo was very, very powerful. I received chemo every other Tuesday, and on Wednesdays, I went back to receive a shot to make sure that everything in my body was still functioning and doing what it's supposed to do, and to keep me strong and the strength that I need. Because when you have chemo, it takes away so much out of your body. It wipes away so many things. It's a good thing, and it has the bad, and it also has the bad things about it. So from there on, I just began to just put all my faith and trust in God. I never ever questioned why, because I was taught growing up in church, you don't question God why. You just go along and say okay. So I never questioned why.
Okay, I'm going to have to stop you right there. Jesus questioned when he was in the garden.
Right?
So you can question him. Doesn't mean that, you're not trusting him. I'm thinking it's a religious thing.
Right.
It really has nothing to do with God himself, because you're his child.
Right.
And he wants you to question him. He wants you to ask him questions and ask you for what he wants and ask for clarity. So I just want you to don't ever be afraid to ask God why. I know you know now why.
Right, definitely I know now, but growing up back then, it was do what God said. Everything is God's way, this way, that way. So still in my mind, I still had that mentality for so many years.
We all had. You're not by yourself.
So, I still was in that frame of mind to a certain degree. So I'm like, okay, if you brought me to it, you're going to bring me through it.
Amen. Go
So
ahead, girl.
here it is. I'm 8 years later. He has brought me through it. And in the midst of all of that, after going through treatment, it was very rough, very invasive. I couldn't eat anything, couldn't drink anything. So my parents were my caregivers. My dad was 70 at the time. My mom was 68. My daughter was 17, a senior in high school. My son was 13 in 8th grade. So here it is. I'm still trying to be strong and put on this, like I'm Superwoman for my kids. But all along they're seeing me, still trying to stay strong, but be a good mom and do what I have to do. But they didn't care about that. But I did. So I saw their faces, and I thought only thing they needed for me to do was get up, move, and fight. But it didn't work like that for me. So and there were times when I just wanted to say, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. But when I look and see my children, and I see my mom, and I see my siblings, I'm the youngest of 9.
Oh, wow.
So I had to keep pushing. And my siblings were there, the ones that lived here. And I had siblings to come from out of town to see about me as well. But I'm so grateful to God that I had a good caregiver team, because that's very important. Mm-hmm. The team that you have behind you, your caregivers are everything next to God. Because if you don't have good caregivers, you don't have anyone that's positive being there for you. Not only did I have good caregivers, I had friends that was outside of my family. There were good people there that's coming to be supportive and help my parents and take care of me and bring things to the house like juice and fruit and everything. So I was truly blessed. So there was no need for me to be negative. There was no need for me to want to give up and just die, because I couldn't. Because I only received a diagnosis. I didn't receive a death sentence.
Wow. And that is powerful. And I think going into it, the way that you look at it, the way you kick it off is going to matter down the road. And I love the fact that you're bringing out the support system and how crucial the support system is. And I can imagine there are some people that go through this diagnosis by themselves, and they don't want anybody to know because they're ashamed. They're ashamed of this diagnosis, as though they did something to cause this to happen to them. You didn't do anything. And the fact that you have it and you're dealing with it, and the attitude that you have, and to see you right now and to have a smile on your face while you even telling the story, to have to relive it, just to go back over it in itself, it's just amazing to see the warriors and how they're willing to share and to relive what you went through. And I know you said you start off on the Red Devil, so I know, and Tracy said she started off on the Red Devil too. The Red Devil I didn't get until the end. So the last 2 months is when I got it. So I got that mild case of chemo every week, every Friday. Wow. But then the last 2 months hit me like a Mack truck. Like, What is this? And you know that it's something dangerous when they have to sit with you. They have to sit right in front of you with that big old red, what do you call it?
Red,
and
I can't. God, all I can see is red, like syringe.
Syringe. The red syringe, and it's a fat syringe, and it's just huge with this red juice in it. It could be like bright Kool-Aid. Right. And they sit right in front of you as they're shooting it in your veins slowly. And they're taking your blood pressure, and they're watching your heart just to make sure you're not having an allergic reaction. Right. Make sure that nothing is going wrong while you're taking this medicine. So if that's not telling you that what you're putting inside of me is dangerous, I don't know what is.
Right.
And then to feel the after effects of what that medicine does to you. And like you said, it does what it's supposed to do, but it also wipes out your good cells as well as your bad cells. So then in the end, you have to rebuild. You have to rebuild everything all over again. And I don't really think people quite understand what you go through when you have a cancer diagnosis. They see us on the outside and we're smiling.
They're seeing our face.
Yeah, and we're smiling and we're going through and we're carrying ourselves on the outside as though nothing is really happening on the inside. And like you said, there were times you just wanted to say, I'm done, I'm tired. And you have those days, but the good thing is that you don't stay down for long. You snap out of it, especially when you see the caring faces of the people that love you and that are dependent on you. And then you know, oh, you know what, I have something to live for, that this is not unto death. And like you said, you received a diagnosis, but you did not receive a death sentence. So I commend you for that. And it seems like it took your faith to another level.
It took my faith to another level, because each Tuesday that I had to get in that chair, and by the way, I didn't receive chemo through my veins. I received it through a port. I had to have another surgery where I had to have a portacath put in my chest, and it was a needle. I had to get that needle put in my chest every other Tuesday. And when I say it was painful, it was extremely painful. And I had a girlfriend from high school. She was there with my mom and I. Every other Tuesday, she missed one appointment. And I'm so grateful to God for her for that, to be there with my mom. Because my siblings, they worked. So, but in the midst of all of that, the PaulaKelly, receiving that PaulaKelly, it hurts more than the veins. You would think that. I'm receiving the red devil through my veins. No, the PaulaKelly hurts because you have to, it's a sticking. And it's the way the needle is made, it goes, it just keep jabbing in your chest. So I'm just so grateful to God that I did have a PaulaKelly, and I didn't have to get it through my veins, but I still commend those who had to get it through the veins, because that's even rougher, because the red devil is,
Ooh, ain't no joke, people.
he has the right name for it, the red devil. I'm stripping you of the bad and the good, but when I'm done, you're going to be even better.
Come on,
So
girl.
that's why you have to get up, you have to live, you have to fight, you have to keep pushing, you have to have faith. Every time you get in that chair to do a treatment, you have to think about you. First, you have to think about you. Then you have to think about, if you're a parent, you have to think about being a parent. You have to think about your parents, because not only does it affect you, it affects everyone around you.
Yes, it does.
And then you also never know who you're going to help afterwards. So I'm just grateful to God to be able to have gone through it and be able to just be a survivor to help someone else. And the journey of being hospitalized for 6 days after I became dehydrated, and my potassium level had dropped so low until I didn't think about me getting well. Only thing I wanted to do was go home and take care of my kids.
Wow.
So nothing else mattered. So my physician, he would always say, you always say, I need to go home. I need to go home. This was every day for the 6 days I was there. I'm like, I need to go home. I need to take care of my kids. And so one of my physicians, he said, Angela, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your kids.
That is true.
So my life wasn't about me any longer. It was about my kids. But then I had to realize, first, it has to be about me, because if it's not about me, I can't take care of my kids.
That is so true. We're going to take a break really quick. And we know that yesterday we celebrated Resurrection Sunday. And we know that Jesus died on the cross for us and he shed his blood. And we're going to listen to Tavis Green with The Heal. I love this song.
I love
This song. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know you guys are enjoying this testimony. This is awesome. Awesome. Again, let me just run through the comments really quickly. We're on break right now, and we're listening to The Heal by Travis Green. I know you guys have probably heard this song before. I love this song. This song brings me to tears every time I hear it. So I'm just going to make sure I acknowledge everybody.
Hey, sweetie.
Starting from the top,
Hi,
I see
Jackie. Hey,
Annette is
Yvette.
watching.
I
Hey,
remember
Annette.
you were
Hey,
right there when I
Sherry Crystal,
received my
Bethany.
diagnosis.
Again,
Yvette,
Sir
yes,
Walter
much
Jones. Oh my God, I'm honored
you were
he's
here
watching.
that day I received
Henry,
that
thank you
phone
so
call.
much.
I see my best friend from grammar school.
Henry, I saw the
Angela
comment about your
tuning in
brother
all the
passing
way
away from
Bakersfield,
cancer. I did not know
California.
that. I'm so
And my
sorry to hear
girlfriend
that.
Jeanette and Phoenix.
Demetria, Brand
I love you
Triplet,
guys. I
Tracy.
love
You understand
Jacqueline
about that Red
Davis.
Devil, girl. You understand. Hey,
I see
Kenny.
you guys.
Michelle
I love
Reed.
this.
Hello, Michelle.
Hopefully and preferably,
Yes. Okay.
and
I'm just
I
going
could
through
be
the
a
list.
blessing
Buddy,
to
I think I
someone
already acknowledged
so
him.
that they can start
First
thinking
Lady Rhonda
because
Kelly,
they received
thank
the
you.
cancer diagnosis. Oh, I'm gonna die. You're not gonna die. You shall.
Okay. Thank you
live.
guys for tuning
And
in.
you are going to live.
Please share this video and invite others to listen in. Go ahead. And invite others to
I'm
listen
trying to
in.
see who else I see in there.
We're on break right
I
now.
don't see my siblings.
Listening to The Heal,
Where are
so
you?
don't go
Where are
anywhere.
you guys? Huh? I'm looking
Thank
for
you, Henry. I appreciate it.
Okay. But I'm just so grateful to God to be on here.
Okay,
This
let me
is
get my Periscope.
really, really lovely. I am so grateful to God to be able to be a blessing to someone. I hope that something that I said or something that I talked about, that it's it will get someone moving and not be afraid to, when you receive a letter from the doctor and the doctor says, you need to come back because your test results didn't come back. Your test results came back negative, or your test results didn't come back clear and you need to come in. A lot of people, they don't return back to the doctor when they get a letter saying,
Okay, you guys, I'm
you
not
had an
ignoring you. We're just on
abnormal
break right
test.
now. So give me 1 second. Go ahead.
Just because you receive an abnormal result doesn't mean you have cancer. But the thing to find out is to see what caused the abnormal results. Go back and get it checked out. Don't just lay there and die. We have to stop dying. Stop letting cancer take over you and take over it. I love you guys. You know, I'm not used to this live stuff, so, you know, you all have to give me a
Hey,
minute.
Anita, thank you for sharing the video. I appreciate it.
You're doing great.
Girl, you're doing good. I told you to go get to talking. She just over there talking.
Told her. I was a crybaby though.
Oh, you did
I'm a
good.
crybaby.
You did good. No
This
need to
is
cry. No need to
beautiful.
cry. I can't do Periscope because my battery is low. I got 1%.
I like this one.
Okay, good. Oh, I love that one. You please send them to me.
I love it.
Okay, you guys, I'm just inviting more people in here.
Okay.
So.
Wow, that's 30 minutes.
I
went by
told you
quick.
it's gonna go so fast. You
So
didn't-
this next one, I want to talk about going beyond,
living beyond breast cancer.
living your life after. I thought I had, really, Mom?
Okay, you guys, bear with me. I'm just inviting people in on the video, and I encourage you to do the same. If you have not already shared the video, please share the video so someone else can get this vital information. All right, you guys, just hold on. Don't go anywhere. We're about to listen to some commercials, and then we'll be back.
So Monica, since I hit that mean they can't hear me live?
Not yet.
I'm talking about so my phone won't ring?
Oh, you have to turn it back up.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I know how to do this.
Hey, Dion. Thanks for tuning in. We're on commercial break right now, so we're listening to The Heal, and we should be back in about 2 minutes.
Whatever your heart desires, boo. Just do it. She did better than I did. I was a basket case.
That phone takes nice pictures.
Was that your phone or mine?
That's fine. I love Travis Green.
I can't hear anything that you all hear.
You can't hear anything in your headphones?
Mm-mm. So whatever song y'all
Oh,
listen
my
to,
prayer partner is listening. Hey, lady. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, that's me.
You can't hear anything? Really?
So I did okay. Did I stutter a lot?
Oh, no, you did fine. Hey, Ray. What's up, cuz? We are talking about cancer is a word and not a sentence, especially not a death sentence. That's yours if you're thirsty. That's yours if you're thirsty. We'll be back in a couple of... Oh, yeah. Okay, we can hear it now. What's up, Rizal?
Okay, man, no, I can't hear. Is the song on?
The song is getting ready to go off, but it's also we're about to listen to the commercials in a couple of minutes.
Travis Green for that.
I wonder if it's in this one.
He made that song, all things are working for my good.
He made that song too.
He's intentional.
I know.
Everything.
And you made a way, right?
Yeah.
No, that's okay. I can hear it now.
Hey, Rizal. Oh, you can hear me? Okay, good, great.
Never fail.
I'm still waiting on you to close.
You know what? The one is not going to call. She just called me and said her phone. I mean, she just inboxed me and said her phone was dead.
Okay.
The other one, I'm trying to see if I can get a hold of her.
Okay.
Don't know
Oh, it's off now.
how you did it. Little way. Standing
Put
here.
your ear. Put it on.
Okay. All right, you guys, we're coming back. Let's go, Warriors. Yay. Hey, Rizal.
Are we on?
No, as soon as the commercials are done, we'll be
I
back.
grew up in your church.
Hey, Janice, huh?
I grew up in your church.
What church is that? Emmanuel. Really? So you know my pastor, Michael Richardson?
Oh,
Emmanuel Church of God in Christ?
Yeah.
Which pastor who did you know? Bishop C.C. Owens?
yes.
Ah! Girl, this is a small world. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It
where I started
is.
singing.
It is a small, small world. Girl. Wow.
I can't take no picture because
Countess and Shirley and Christine.
Yes, yes.
See?
Wow. It is a small world. Wow.
Okay, we're coming back.
Okay.
Watch the clock.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
look over here.
Hey, Valerie.
She's a selfie queen.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. And we are back. This is LadyReShell with Warriors Talk here on UBM Radio, your station for talk, music, and faith. And we are listening to the breast cancer journey of the warrior Angela Gilliam. And we are talking about cancer is a word and not a sentence, especially not a death sentence. And we know when you get the diagnosis and you hear those three words, those three little words, can have a major impact on your life. It can change your life. But we know that cancer is a warning. It's a stern warning. And it's a warning to tell you that you need to do something different. And believe me, when you come out of this journey, life is going to be different. You're going to be seeing life through different color glasses. And sometimes those glasses are not always rosy. Isn't that right, Angela?
Not rosy at all. Nowhere near rosy.
Nowhere near rosy.
It's like you're in a cocoon.
Mm.
And it has the right name when you say pink butterfly or just butterfly, period. Because you're in a cocoon, and a cocoon is a dark place. It's black. And you have to fight. You have to grow. Your wings have to spread apart. And once you come out of that cocoon and you complete your treatment, and you can spread your wings and fly. That's why butterflies are so beautiful. Mm-hmm. Because they're able to spread their wings because they've been caught up and crammed up and in that cocoon. And all you see is black. Black. Wow. Black. Everything is black. For me, that's what a cocoon is. Black. Everything is dark. And you're fighting your way through darkness, trying to get through the light, to the light, because you're coming out of the darkness. And once you complete that treatment, and once you become healed, you can spread your wings. And that's the best thing about it, being able to spread your wings. It's coming out of that cocoon with all those different shades of colors. Beautiful. Everything about it is beautiful. All shades of colors, not just the breast cancer, any kind of cancer, any kind of cancer. If your wings are open and they're flying, you are blessed. You are truly, truly blessed. The one thing I want to really expound on and touch is after you've gone through the awareness, after you've gone through the treatment and the awareness, the after effect. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't talk about their journey because a lot of them, it's my business, it's private, I don't want to discuss it, that's my personal life. But not knowing all along, you're sitting there and someone else next to you or in front of you or in back of you, they're dying because they don't have anyone to talk to. And all along while you're sitting there, I call it a selfish individual. I don't call it a private business. Wow. To me, it's selfish because you can help someone else get up and live and push to live because you've already been a sacrifice.
Wow, you have already been a sacrifice. And that just brings me, not that we're Jesus, but just reminds me of him being on the cross and how he was just beaten, right, kicked, spat on, you know, all of the things that he went through. And at the end of the day, God had a plan for him. And at the end of that plan, he was going to be what we looked at him as being on earth. We couldn't even imagine what he was going to be after everything took place. And yesterday when I was at church, we watched like an 8-minute clip of him on his journey, on his way to the cross. And just to sit there in those 8 minutes, just to see everything that was happening to him, girl, I was in tears, like I was actually there. Because you could just feel whoever that writer was that made that little 8-minute clip, you can feel, you know, the intensity as he was on his way to that cross. You know, even when he dropped it and they was helping him pick it up, even when they nailed him, they was picking the cross up and just him up there. I mean, I was so emotional. Like, I'm telling you, just like I was sitting right in, I had a front row seat. Right. So I could just imagine, I can only imagine what he went through. And the journey that we go through is nothing like what he went through, but that's our own cross to bear. Right. We have our own cross to bear. Yes, we do. And God knew that Jesus was going to get through that. But he had to go through it, and he asked God, if you could remove this, remove this. Yeah, he surely did. But he wouldn't have been everything that he is right now if God had to say, okay, I'll take it, don't worry about it, don't go through it. And the same thing with everybody that goes through a cancer journey. When you talk to them and they come out on the other end, there's so many things that come out of it, so many blessings, so many businesses. People are doing things that they didn't even imagine they could be doing. Hello, look at me. I don't, some people will say, well, I don't take my journey back, because if I take it back, then where I am now and the lives that this program is touching, the connections that I have made, I would not have made those connections. So our God is very intentional. He's very intentional. And he wants us to be intentional. And you being here today is intentional. And sharing your journey. So I agree with you. People should share their journey.
I think it's great to share your journey because, like I say, you're saving so many lives, and it's not just about you. You're taking it personal. Mm-hmm. You can't take it personal. No. And it's nothing. I wouldn't take mine back either. I would never take it back because I've met some wonderful women. I've met some wonderful individuals, not just in the breast cancer area, but anyone that has survived cancer. Those are warriors to me. And I even take my hat off to those who succumb to it, because we're still fighting to make sure that there's a cure to help the next person, that they don't have to succumb to it. So it's just a blessing to me to be able able to be a blessing to someone else.
It is a blessing. Rizal Gilmore says, who is a co-host on the show, he said, that's because your purpose is bigger than where you have been, the both of you. And that is so true. And at the time you're going through it, you just wondering, like, what is the purpose?
Right.
You know? But through it all, God preserves you. He preserves you, and he wants you to be still, because he wants to be able to mold you,
yes,
and shape you. And just like when you're inside of that cocoon,
yes.
if he lets you go too soon, what happens?
You don't make it.
You don't make it.
You don't make it at all.
So he has to leave you inside of that cocoon. That's a good analysis. I like the way you brought that out. He has to leave you inside of that cocoon until you are ready. And when you're ready and you spread your wings, you take off from there. There's no holding you back.
Fly.
And like you said, the many colors are the many blessings, gifts, and talents that he blesses you with. Not just for you.
It's for everyone.
For everyone. It's for you to bless someone else. And how dare you sit on your testimony? Not you, but how dare someone else sit on your testimony that God has given you? Never be ashamed of your scars.
Never.
Because your scars are proof that you are still here. You're a warrior.
And just in the midst of all of that, I had to get a daughter ready for college. I had to get a daughter ready for prom. I had to get my daughter ready for luncheon. And she had to be taken to school. And I didn't have a lot of strength because, hey, I just finished chemo in April. But here it is. Then I had my son. I had to invite him to a whole new world of high school. And my kids are so inseparable. So they never really be apart. But for my son to see my daughter go away so many miles away from him every day, it was so hard for me because I wasn't used to my kids being away from me like that. But I got so used to it, but it took me a long time. I'm not going to say it didn't. It took me a long time. But in the midst of that, my daughter graduated from college
Wow.
2015 with her bachelor's in early childhood education.
Man.
Now my son, he's in his second year of college in mass communication, radio, journalism, broadcasting.
Wow. Look at that.
So I have so much to be grateful for. Yes. So much to be grateful for. And I wouldn't trade my journey for nothing in the world. Mm-hmm. I really wouldn't. A lot of times you don't understand, but it's all for the making.
It's all for the making. Sometimes you don't. You're right. You don't understand it. And like you said, you were afraid to question God because when you was growing up, that's what you were told. Don't question God. But I encourage anybody.
Now you can question him because you have to understand. You have to get clarity.
There
you have
you
to
go.
be able to hear what the Holy Spirit is saying.
Yes.
And when he's telling you to do it, when he's not telling you to do it. So now it's different. Mm-hmm. I'm older. I can say, okay, Lord, I need you to explain this to me.
You're wiser. The journey does that to you.
So more wisdom, you know. So I'm just so grateful.
Wow. Well, we know now that cancer is just a word. And it is not a sentence, especially not a death sentence. We have seen many survivors come out of this. But I just want everybody to just stay in touch with what's going on with cancer, because just because it has not hit you yet, I think a lot of people don't really get into the awareness or get into the whole cancer, walks and donating because it hasn't directly hit your family.
Right.
And since it hasn't directly hit your family, you don't know the face of cancer. But let me just tell you this. These are some statistics from the National Cancer Institute, and it says this year 564,000 people will be expected to die from cancer, and more than 1,500 a day. A day. So people are dying every single day. And we know that it's the second leading cause of death in the U.S., with heart disease being number one. Right. And that every fourth death in the U.S. is from cancer. It's from cancer. So we know right now that cancer is not a death sentence. There are people who are actually living with cancer as if they had diabetes or high blood pressure. They are being treated. It's not curable, but you can be treated from it. And there are some cancers that can be cured, but you have to make sure that you, again, early diagnosis is very important. Knowing your risk is knowing how to reduce your risk, learning how to reduce your risk. Family history is important, but don't think, because people get this misconception that, oh, cancer doesn't run in my family.
Right.
Just because it doesn't run in your family
Doesn't mean it doesn't mean it can't happen to you.
Exactly.
Because sometimes it's not medically genetic. It's really not all the time. But it's also great to know your medical history from your family. Mm-hmm. It's also great to eat correct. And I'm a candy junkie head, and I'm being honest. But I have to put the candy junk down. I have to exercise more because all that plays such an important role. You need to stay active. Just keep doing what you're doing. You have to live. You cannot lay down and die. You cannot give up on life, period. You most definitely need to exercise, definitely need to eat. I need to put the candy down. I am a candy head, but I still want to live. So you have to get up and fight for your life. It's so important.
Before you go on, I want you to give the warriors and the listeners out here some words of wisdom.
The words of wisdom. Keep your faith. Stay prayerful. Faith, trust, hope. Make sure you get yourself tested. Do yourself breast exams. If you don't know how to do it, ask your doctor or your physician to teach you. Excuse me. Ask your physician to show you how to do a self-breast exam. Take your mammograms. Make sure you just get a physical, a checkup yearly at all costs. Take care of yourself. Learn how to put yourself first. Not in a vain way, but in the correct way. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else. And make sure you humble yourself and show a lot of love. Those are the greatest things that I can tell you. Faith, trust, and hope. And believe. You have to believe. Because if you don't believe, you won't make it. You have to believe. You have to have the faith. You have to have trust. And I give 100% love to all caregivers. 100% love to all family members that go through not just breast cancer, any kind of cancer. And you have a good support system. Caregivers, my hat goes off to you 100%. You are truly blessed and you will be blessed. Don't do it just because. Do it from your heart. Because anything that you do from your heart, your blessings will come.
Those were some awesome words of wisdom. Faith, trust, hope, and believe that cancer is a word and not a sentence. I just want to encourage the warriors to continue to trust in God and continue to believe that He is still a healer. And warriors, I want you to remember to keep thriving while surviving. At 55, I have to stop the clock. That was awesome, though. See how fast that went? Oh, wow. Janetta Flowers, thank you for tuning in. Yes, Janice. Yes, God is good. Janetta, God is good. Yes, He is. Hey, Randy, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Rudy. What's up? Oh, thank you, Resolve, for tuning in and commenting. I appreciate you. You need to get on the show soon. Hey, Dana White, thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Valerie, Butterfly Valerie. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have not shared this video, please share the video with someone so that they can get this important information. Again, we were talking about cancer is a word and not a sentence, and definitely not a death sentence. We know a lot of times when you receive a cancer diagnosis, the first thing, like we said at the beginning of the show, that goes through your mind is, am I going to die? And we do know that people do lose their life to this particular disease, but the key is to go in fighting, go in trusting God, go in with hope, and go in believing that you are going to make it. And everything is within God's will. So pray that His will is for you to come out victorious. Remember, we air every single Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I want to thank my guest again, Angela. Angela, she's greeting her fans. Thank you, Angela. She's like, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you for sharing your journey. You can take them off. You can take them off. She's listening to the prayer. No, I was saying thank you for coming on and sharing your journey. I really appreciate it. So I know it's not an easy thing to do. A lot of people need to hear exactly what goes on within this journey, and they need to know that the journey is possible to come out victorious, and you are living proof of that. And so I just want to thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's truly an honor to be able to sit here and just be a blessing to someone to anyone that's truly afraid of thinking they're going to die, because I hear it all the time. I've been hearing it since I was diagnosed, or even a little bit before I was diagnosed. Oh, she has cancer, she's going to die. No, you're not going to die, you're going to live. You got to get up. Mm-hmm. You have to move.
I thought it was.
And it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. But when you have a good support system, and you have faith, trust, and belief, you can do it.
You can do it.
Do it afraid.
But do it.
Do it.
But do it.
Like the Nike signs say, just do it.
Yes. Henry said, God bless you both for such a wonderful show, for such a wonderful time. It says, thank you, Henry. Henry is just such a blessing. Let me tell you, he has on his Facebook
I
page.
Requested his.
You did. I saw that. But let me tell you,
Yes.
isn't he? I mean, if you're having a down day, Henry,
Yes.
his page is just full of encouragement, and I always find something. I'm like, Henry, I'm sharing this. Henry, I'm sharing that. You can always find something on his page that's going to lift your spirits. So I just appreciate him.
Yes.
Henry, if I haven't told you, I appreciate you, and Angela is saying right now that she appreciate you.
Yes, I do.
She do. Annette said, beautiful job. Thank you, Lady R and Angela, for sharing. You're so welcome. Annette has a show, too. She airs every Wednesday on intellectualradios.com and from 12 to 2, and then on Fridays, help me out, tabernacleradio.com or .org, at 8 in the morning from 8 to 11. So she does a show about the mental, the mind. It's called Mind, Body, and Soul, but she deals with, so you know when you go through a cancer diagnosis that you're left with that, to deal with that mental part, because they don't deal with that. They don't deal with healing you on that aspect.
They don't.
But they, we go through the treatment. They bum rush us with the treatment, but then after that, they don't say, okay, now you done went through all of this treatment. Now, where are you at psychologically? Where are you? They don't.
You know what?
They don't.
Everyone that goes through a cancer treatment, it should be implemented. You get therapy.
It should be part of the treatment. It should be part of it while we going through it.
Yes.
I don't understand why it's not.
Yes.
While we going through it, you should be seeing somebody and talking to somebody about what you're going through. And they're so just gung-ho on just the medical side of
They
it.
don't see the emotional and mental side of
they
it.
don't.
It's financial,
It's a
healthcare.
finance.
But it should be included in. If you
Right.
take, you know what? If you take your
It
money
all
out.
goes in one.
Yes, it does. So why not make that part of the regimen? Okay, you go get chemo on Friday. Okay, Wednesday you going to see the psychiatrist or psychologist, whatever.
Right.
But it goes hand in hand.
It's a psychiatrist.
It's just like, because they may need to prescribe you with something. So she says yes on Wednesday, intellectualradios.com from 12 to 2. tabernacleradio.org on Fridays from 8 to 11 a.m. And she
on live.
She does Facebook Live as well, and she does Tabernacle Radio. I think they go live as well as Intellectual Radios. And she talks about, it's called Mind, Body, and Soul. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate. Thank you, Rhonda Kelly. I appreciate you. She's another survivor, late but firsthand. You firsthand know about the journey. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I am excited about all the survivors. God bless you as well. All right, you're welcome, girl. You're welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. We about to do a photo shoot right now.
Yes, because one of our survivors here, she's a selfie queen.
We're about to do a photo shoot. So thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. Every Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is what we do here on Warriors Talk. Remember, away from awareness towards taking action. Enjoy your evening, you guys.